It is Levack and Goz. We decided we didn't like the smell of each other, so this is how we're doing the show from now on, forever and ever, amen. Never in the same room again. It's not a COVID protest; it's a stinky armpit protest. I'm glad we're not sitting next to each other because we're both wearing Albany Empire gear. It just feels weird. Uh, no, seriously, just we're trying to figure out when we can get together and do the second show this week. I'm very fired up to do whatever I can to help the Empress's tryouts tomorrow, Best Fitness in Albany. But that meant that it would be hard for us to get together tomorrow morning. So here we are. So here we is, Levack and Goz. The commitment to do 2 shows a week sounded easier. It didn't sound like it was going to be a big deal. Now I feel taxed. I feel like you're taxing me.
Plans change, especially in the world we live in now, especially in this January 2022. But it's all good. Luckily, technology is good on our side. And next week, if all things go well, Tuesday we'll be back at Tech East live, sitting next to each other, smelling each other. Thursday we will be live at Mohawk Honda, and depending on how the NFL playoffs shake out, we will be at maybe the Hideaway. And we'll force Chad and everybody else. I know they're super busy. They got awesome news coming up on their way. We're looking forward to promoting, but maybe
they kind of did it
next week. We'll be out live.
They're another one that kind of did it. You know what I mean? Like we have big news coming, and then all of a sudden they get invited to like a restaurant page. Did you see that?
No.
Like yeah. Wait, we've got big news on the horizon, and this, that, and it's like, and then all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, what is this? The Iron's Edge. What is this? I got invited to like the new restaurant already. So apparently the news is out, the Iron's Edge. So the Hideaway and the Iron's Edge. There you go. A little plan.
Yes, the whole staff. I saw a nice little write-up for them at the Times Union. Very cool. So yeah.
I wonder what it's like to have the Times Union be nice to you. Friggin' Pete Doherty was the only one who was ever nice to me. It was once, and then he made up for it by kicking my ass every chance he got, if he even mentioned my name for years after that. But yeah, exciting stuff for the Hideaway. You know, who knows? Maybe next year we'll be at both places. We'll just maybe you go to one, I'll go to the other, and then we don't have to smell each other. It'll be perfect. I love this plan. Already. We're gonna start something new too. I just want to let everybody know you still time. Basically, ask us anything, and we're gonna answer. That's the thing. That's the thing that people don't understand about me. Like, oh, Levack, I love how honest you are. Yeah, until you ask me a question you don't want the answer to, okay? And I know it could backfire. I could have to answer questions I don't want to answer, but we'll answer. That's it. That's the deal. So you just comment right on one of the posts. Goz will find it. If you have Goz's number, just text it to him too, because he loves that. We'll give that out in a second. I'm going to put that on the screen.
My personal cell phone.
Yeah, Goz's personal. Well, his wife's cell phone, because everybody has yours. You're kind of a phone whore. So,
which, speaking of, by the way, if Sean Martin's watching, I forgot to call you back, and a few other people I haven't texted back yet.
So I will never call Sean Martin again, ever again.
No.
I still haven't. I've never called Sean Martin. I've never done it. I've never. Are
you looking right now? Is this my cell phone I'm giving out by accident?
No. I'm just getting a text message from an important person, so I ignored you. I have had a day, man. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, like you're doing the Mr. Mom thing, as much as you can, which is awesome. Spending time with your kid. I got to do that because I work nights, and like you do like a flexible schedule because of this, so you get to spend time with Rex. But it's taxing. Like, and the adult conversation you get next is me, so you're screwed. But like. I spent so much time on the phone today with Delta Airlines, I'm trying to find the best way to set up like the Albany Empire travel. We did it a certain way last year. We didn't love it. I have never been so discouraged in my life than dealing with group travel agents. Like, it is just, it's just a thing. Like, it's like you do your own, no problem. You know what I mean? Like, you and I, we can friggin' book, on any app, whatever. You try to book a flight for 30 large humans, it is not fun. It is not a good time. So I'm going to outsource the hell out of that as soon as I get a chance. That's what I'm going to do.
I dare you to put all the football players on a train. 30-hour train rides from New York to Florida. Is that a possibility? All right, I won't.
No, but there is like, well, and that's the thing. So obviously we're in Albany, you know what I mean? But like, it's the Carolina Cobras. It's the Columbus Lions of Georgia, not Ohio. Not that it's much closer, but at least, whatever. It's Jacksonville Sharks. It's the Orlando Predators. It's the San Antonio Gunslingers. So when we travel, it's an undertaking. It's not like you just book a couple Uber X's and hit the road. It's we've got to ship 30 large humans, to wherever we're going. But the plus side of that I've been thinking about a lot lately, if it's hell for us, it's hell for all of them to get to us. They're all used to being closer. They're a couple hours from each other. You got to come to we the North, baby. Fear the North. The North remembers all the things. Like we're Game of Thrones in this bitch this year. Like we're going to make it as uncomfortable as possible. I'm going to try and get some snow on Pearl Street for all the games, just to really really rub it in those Southerners' eyes, like where they're at.
April and May, just big snow coming down.
April, May, June, July. I'll get Bob Belber and everybody over at the MVP Arena to put the guns up on top and just go. See, Cindy Martin, she's always got me. I love Cindy. I'm one of Cindy's people, so I get taken care of. My favorite realtor over at Howard Hanna, Cynthia Martin at Howard Hanna is the email. She's talking to a travel agent for me. Look at that. This is what I should just do. Instead of just bitching publicly, I should just call Cindy. But I feel like if I bitch publicly, Cindy will hook me up anyway, so it all works out.
Well, Cindy will.
I'm totally outsourcing. I'm outsourcing the shit out of it, though. I can tell you that right now. And yeah, I'm swearing. It's Friday and I'm already drinking.
Yeah. Well, since
Drive January's over.
She's already taking care of you. And we were both wearing Empire gear just by chance. We did not coordinate that. Why don't we talk about the event on Saturday? Because the event, we've been a part of the event before, and some Empire fans may have been a part of the event before. Where is it? What's going to happen? What can we look forward to? Because I'm talking to you this week, and you're busy and excited, and a lot of cool things are coming.
So it is the Empresses. We have like a prep class / tryout over at Best Fitness in Albany. So Christina, who is amazing, she's the boss of the Empresses. She's the Empress of the Empresses. She has been setting up a choreography, a routine. And the cool thing about the way we're doing this is she's going to teach it, and then you get to do it and do the tryout. So it's not like I'm sorry to quote a song, work bitch. No, it's like you come in, you get a lesson from a professional dancer, a professional teacher, and then you get to try out and they grade and judge and all that fun stuff. And I have to go. I don't, it's not like I can say I'm not going to do this. I would love to, just leave it to the ladies, girl power, if you will. But as president of the team, I'm forced to go to Best Fitness and just suffer through, hours of girls, dancing, women, professional dancers, and I have no choice, guys. I tried not to. I was like, you know what? I feel like you've got this, Christina. And she said, Levack, I'm going to beat you up anyway because I don't like you. But if you're not there to help out, I'll come to your house and beat you up in front of your daughter. So I'll be there. So I'll be there. I'll be ready to go.
Well, speaking about coming to houses, our guy Jared Lozier just wrote, he will come to both of our houses right now with tequila if needed.
If Jared knows where I live, I'm moving. I just want to put that out there.
He also wants to know, what is the dance routine? I always assumed every routine for these tryouts is like the scene in Pitch Perfect with Anna Kendrick moving cups around. That is never the case.
Listen, you've seen it before.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea. Like, it's funny. You get to be the president of a football team strictly because one of your best friends own it. No qualifications, no skills whatsoever. Coach brings in all the players. Christina, woman coach brings in all the dancers, and we're ready to go. My routine. Listen, we had a conversation. Jared just asked, "Where's Levack's routine?" We had a conversation. So Rachel is one of our Empresses from last year. She's been in music videos. She's danced her way to LA. She's next level. Like, she's the one, when you see the promotion for the event, the woman has got like her legs just are like where it would break a pair of scissors if you open them that wide. That's Rachel, and she can just do that whenever she wants. She knows that if I was going for the team, my uber sex appeal and just all around dance greatness, it would be Levack and the Empresses. Like, I would be the front person. She said it. She admits it. She knows. So, I don't want to shame these beautiful women who have worked so hard. So I stay in the background. I eat a little extra to keep the weight on so that people don't realize I got to dumb it down. I start getting in shape, I'm not even gonna be able to wear pants. It's gonna be a problem. I'll be like, people will be like, Matt Damon and Brad Pitt, who? And so I can't do that. You know what I mean? So here we go.
That's right. Thank you for your service, Levack. It's really tough for those
You're
types of
welcome.
things to happen.
Thank you.
Not enough
There you
people
go.
sacrifice like you do. So we appreciate that.
You know what, guys? That's the smartest thing you've ever said, and I appreciate it right there. Levack and Goz. Check us out live. Tech East Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook page. Check us out also on Godzilla Media's YouTube. Everywhere you get your podcasts. Like, there's a dude with a trench coat at the corner of my street. He sells random things out of a trench coat. You can buy our podcast from his trench coat. He doesn't wear pants, though. Don't let him open the trench coat. Just have him quietly reach in and hand us the podcast. That's how you get. His name is Bob, and he will show you his wee-wee. Be careful. But he'll give you the podcast. It'll be there. That's what he calls his wee-wee.
Do you want to read this comment from Corey while you were doing that, or do you want me to read it?
Hi, guys. Nothing like cleaning poop, spreading the poopy, and feed calves. LOL. Yeah, I would assume that's correct. There is nothing like that. Thank God I don't know the actual answer to that. Hey, but by the way, seriously, like, if you there's still time to sign up. If you want to be one of the Empresses, we'd love to have you come out, learn from Christina, learn from some of the ladies. Do the routine. If it works out and you're on the team, great. If it doesn't, at least you came and tried, and you got to work on it for next year. It's a very inclusive and just amazing group of women. Love all of them. I'm in a group text with all of them, and they are always the nicest texts I ever have. Like, it's always like I will text. I've known Goz, one of my best friends. We all know Mike Cord is one of my best friends. I never have a nice text from him. Every text with them is just like after every game, I just be like, ladies, you slayed it. You did a great job. Awesome. And it's always like, well, we love you and everything. And then, it's always the nicest. They're just great women. They're very empowering. So come on by and say hello. Best Fitness in Albany, starting at noon tomorrow.
One other thing before we move on for Best Fitness real quick. They're awesome on weekend workouts. It's January if you want to hop in there. Awesome. And any updates of whether or not there will be like a Mona Lisa style photo of me falling off the row machine when people walk in on Saturday.
My goal is to grab a little FaceTime with Eric from Best Fitness tomorrow, and just ask him if we've come up with that yet. My understanding is there's a team of artists attempting to, accurately represent the just all around awkwardness that was you. But the problem is that I've slowed it down, because what people don't understand is Goz is so freaking stubborn that legitimately a trainer told him, hey, for safety, put your feet inside the buckles on the pedals. Like, put the buckles over there. And I don't need to do that. And then 3 seconds later, Goz eats the wall with the back of his head. Yeah. So what I'm trying to find is somebody who can accurately represent your stubbornness and your awkwardness. It's a lot. You're like the Mona Lisa who didn't get invited to prom. So like I gotta find the right person who can do that for us.
I think Ryan McCarthy has already nominated himself. I would say that feeding calves could be a euphemism for leg day, but I forgot Corey actually works on a farm. Okay, so no. So I saw leg day immediately, and I thought he was volunteering. He is not. Okay.
Little known secret, which it shouldn't be a secret. I wear shorts all the time, even in this weather. I have the greatest calves. So it's just I feed the calves all the time. I do. That's what I am. Like, I have, like, to the point where my daughter's friends have been in the house and been, why are your dad's calves so great? And I say, stop hitting on me, you're teenage boys. And then it's over. We go about our business. And then Chris Hansen comes in, I hand him a wine cooler, and we go about our business. That's it. That's the end of it. I'm not going to be very serious today, guys. I don't know if you've noticed.
No, that's fine.
I just looked up at my TV, and TJ Hushmanzada looks like a stunt double for any crime lord in any bad 80s movie on Fox Sports.
All right, well, you sip that drink right there, because we're about to talk about the NFL, and we're about to talk about some of our awesome partners, but we have two I want to talk about right now. First, our friends over at Mohawk Honda. Like we mentioned, on Thursday, we are going to be broadcasting live for Mohawk Honda. For more information on that, check out GodzillaMedia.com. 2022 is here. New vehicles, new year, new ride, new you. And now we can have it happen. Mohawk Honda has a selection of vehicles in the inventory in stock that you want. Wherever you're listening to our podcast across upstate New York, trust us when we tell you this. It is worth the drive to Glenville, New York to work with Mohawk Honda. Levack and I have had the opportunity to work with great people like Greg Johnson and Lindsey Herron, who's going to save the broadcast again like she did last time. Cam and Brian McKenna, John and Service. We could go through the list. MJ, there's so many great people. Nate, who we're going to be working with, who does the great job on social media. We cannot wait to be back there on Thursday. We hope to see you there, and you can find the car that fits your budget, your lifestyle, and more. I might be driving off the lot that day with my 2022 Pilot.
Oh, really?
Wait. Yeah, we'll see.
Woo! How long till you break it?
Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of their way to please you.
Side note, Mohawk family. Mohawk Collision Center. Damn. They good. I don't know. Did I tell the story about my daughter's accident? I don't even know if I did. So
No.
my daughter was driving through the Latham Circle, and guys, you didn't grow up in this area, but Latham Circle is not. It's like the granddaddy. It's the Rose Bowl. It's the granddaddy of all traffic circles. It's one of the first ones ever. So when I was a kid, and people know this, there's things that you always knew, you knew you were from the 518 if somebody said Ichabod Crane, you said Snow Day, right? If you were being taught to drive, you had an unhealthy fear of the Latham traffic circle. People talk, there was driving standard, by the way, kids, back in the day, you had to shift your own gears. Driving standard in Troy, because of the hills, and navigating the Latham Circle were the boogeyman and Jason Voorhees, Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger of driving. So the fact that every day my kid navigates the Latham traffic circle without an issue, I'm so very proud of her, because it's just she's never been afraid of it. And she did it without an issue on her part a couple weeks back when a gentleman decided to drive into the side of her car. Not her fault. Nobody hurt. Everybody okay. Everything's good. A little back and forth with that gentleman's insurance company, who shall remain nameless. And I wasn't getting the answers I needed. The Mohawk Collision Center went to battle. They were like, we have a great relationship with you. Mr. Levack is waiting. It's costing you money while it sits here, and blah, blah. And next thing you know, I get a call from the other insurance company. We're working. We got this to do. You're taken care of. We're very happy you brought it to the Mohawk Collision Center. We have a great relationship with them. So I can't tell you how much longer and more stressful this process would have been if I didn't go to the Mohawk Collision Center. Wish my kid never got in an accident. Glad it wasn't her fault. Extremely happy I went to the Mohawk Collision Center. So that wasn't supposed to be a commercial. Just telling Brandon and the crew and, Fast Car Kimmy and everybody over there, Jerry, the TV movie star Jerry, all over at Mohawk Collision Center. Swear by them. I hope you never need them, but if you do, just like Tech East, I hope you never need us, but if you do, we got you, and we're your best way back normal. I hope you never need Mohawk Collision Center, but if you do, don't think twice. Hey, where do you want to take the car? Mohawk, just cut them off. Is there a place you want to? Mohawk Collision Center. Just tell our driver. We're going to take it at Mohawk Collision Center. That's it. That's it.
Done.
That's all.
Easy.
Done.
Figured out.
Done.
Paid for. All good on that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Mohawk. Looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. For our visual side, you've already got the big clue. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or wherever, you don't see the graphic below. If you're listening to this on Saturday morning, it's even more important for you. This Saturday, starting at 9 a.m., mobile sports wagering is coming to New York legally. That's right. You can bet on games on your phone starting this Saturday.
I'm glad you put legally in there.
Legally.
I'm glad you said it.
If you use the promo code 518, it helps out Levack and I. 518. We've got really cool things coming for the start of the NFL playoffs. I can't tell you what it is, but I've shared it with Levack. My eyes bugged
out.
Like
tell people?
Monday, okay. I will see what the promo offer. Tuesday. Wait, when we're at.
But it kicks. When does it kick in? It kicks promo, tomorrow, right?
Yes. If you type in the 518 promo code starting tomorrow, you will be eligible for the awesome promo offer.
Unless you're listening to this on Saturday, and then it's today. But we can't say what it's active tomorrow.
Yes.
But we can't say what it is until after tomorrow.
Right, because there might be selected games for the NFL playoffs. Just a big clue, NFL playoffs.
Can I say that it doesn't make any sense, that it's ridiculously good?
Yes.
I can say that, right?
Yes.
Because that's what you and so Goz, Boston Dan, and I are in a degenerate group text. And when Goz told me what it was, I was like, once we knew that 9 a.m. Saturday it was going to be legal, I was like, I might just go around and just sign up for every app and just take full advantage of whatever bonus there was, thinking it would be a couple bucks here, a couple bucks. Then when Goz told me what the 518 promo code is going to do at DraftKings, I went, well, I don't have to worry about the other ones for a little while. So I'll put it like that. I'll do the right thing. I won't give it away for once. I'll be a good guy. I won't give it away. I'll just say it's really good.
That's sweet. That's good. That's all I need. That's it. But it's a weird week, Levack, because it's week 18 in the NFL. You and I were talking right before we hit record, where it's we had such high expectations. This was supposed to be the week where we had the big Claire Danes Homeland board out, and we would have seen Karnacki from NBC or Schefter going through scenario. all the stuff that happened in week 17 kind of let us down. It's not as exciting as we thought it was going to be, unfortunately, this week.
Well, the AFC is far more exciting than the NFC. The NFC is basically done. You know what I mean? Like there's still, 3 or 4 teams in the AFC who can grab the number 1 seed. Green Bay's got it. Aaron Rodgers wants to play, so he'll play at least a little bit. It'll be the Jordan Love show. We'll get to see it. I almost feel like Aaron Rodgers at this point, as great as he is, as much as he's already said he wants out, it's just like, yeah, Brett Favre didn't let me play for like 16 years. So F you, Jordan Love. You're not playing either. How you like that? How you like them apples? J Love.
Yeah.
Ride the pine. You ain't getting a start at least. I'll play one play and get out. But no, there's some excitement out there. But as far as like top seed goes, one team getting a bye week, it definitely is a little anticlimactic. But I may have actually written down all the things. I know all the things.
Ooh.
I did my whole. I understood the assignment. How you like me now?
Very much, because I didn't write any down.
So you want to run through all the games and then we'll pick what we want. Do you want to pick them all, or what do you want to do?
Let's do this. I say this. Let's go through some games. If that has no effect on the playoffs, we're just gonna say bye-bye. See you later.
Okay.
If you're a fan of that team, no disrespect to those teams, but I don't know how often those fan bases will even be watching the Week 18 action for teams who are not playoff competitive.
Well, now that they can start betting mobily starting at 9 a.m., I'm sure they'll be all in. All right, so 2 games on Saturday. 4:30 game is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Chiefs 11.5-point favorite. Get this: Chiefs win, Titans loss. Kansas City could be the number 1 seed in the AFC. I'd lay the points. I don't know. I'm not a lock guy. I don't think Drew Lock's a hell of a quarterback. I think what you're seeing is a Kansas City reminds me of Tampa Bay last year, where you look at that and you go offense, but the real story is the way the defense is playing. So I would go Kansas City. I'd lay 2 touchdowns. So 11.5. I'm in. Let's go. Give me KC.
These games like this scare me. By the way, I had an over-under bet. I don't know if I ever told you this, Levack. I had an over-under preseason bet for the Broncos, I believe, at 8.5. So that's officially now no longer possible. Even if they win this, it's going to be 8. So I'm going to miss it by the hook.
Yeah, a lot of people got it at 8. You got it at a bad time, because I know a lot of people who are like heavily invested in this game for either a push. Some got it at 7.5 later in the season, less money, but still. So like you got it at a rough time. I'm sorry for you.
Back in August, where the Broncos actually thought we're going to hit that easy. What's hard about this game is the scenarios you laid out. Okay, so let's say Kansas City gets up 14, or Kansas City gets up 17 in the third quarter. How does Andy Reid handle that? Because if you're up by 2 touchdowns against a divisional team and Denver's got nothing to play for, there are going to be the Twitter trolls who come out and say, get Mahomes on the bench right now. Sit him down. Get Tyreek Hill on the bench. Sit him down. Get Kelsey on the bench. There are going to be people mid-game tweeting to get all the Chiefs players on the bench. And I can't say that's a terrible decision, because that's what's hard about wagering that game, is that it's very possible the Chiefs get up big early and then Reid shuts everybody down. And it's a backdoor cover for Denver. So I believe Kansas City will win. I wish the number was 9.5, not 11.5. But even after all that being said, I would still take Kansas City just because they're way better. And I think it's the last game for Vic Fangio as head coach of Denver.
Well, and let's be realistic, right? Mahomes is hands down the best quarterback in this game. The second best quarterback, even if everybody in Denver is healthy, is probably Chad Henne. You know, and
right.
When it comes to running backs, Frank Gore's kid, which isn't really Frank Gore's kid, but his name is Gore, so I'll call him Frank Gore's kid. He's not a bad back. Like there's enough weapons on that KC offense and enough guys who are looking for a home next year. Even if you do start pulling starters, I don't know. I don't know that they're that much worse than what they're going to see against Denver. At least Denver's offense. Like, I'm going to Kansas City on that one.
I got to make sure I say it's Derek Gore, because he's the pride of Nottingham High School, my dad's alma mater. So if we don't give Derek Gore love, the Nottingham Bulldog, I'll get a nice text from Mr. Goz.
The truth of the matter is the sheriff over there, total prick. I had a friend named Robin, always fighting with him. It was a thing. 8:15 Saturday night. Eagles at Cowboys. Eagles are getting 4.5 points. I'm sorry. Cowboys at Eagles. I apologize. I misspoke. Cowboys at Eagles. Cowboys are the favorite. I gotta tell you, as much as this game don't really mean a lot, like it is what it is. I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles' running game, I think the Eagles' defense, I think the systems. I just Dallas has got that look of like a paper tiger. They just don't seem to live up to the talent that they have. And Mike McCarthy's a shit coach. So there you go. I swore again. And there it is. Because it's about McCarthy.
Well, we opened up this podcast talking about stenches and smells. I feel like for me as a fan, the stench of how bad the NFC East was in 2020 hasn't gone away from me. Like both of these teams, the Cowboys have had playoff teams over the last 5 to 10 years, and everybody has the same kind of attitude of they're not going to get it done because it's Jason Garrett, Tony Romo can't win a big game. Okay, so those names are gone, and now it's like you said, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. So whether the Cowboys win or lose this game, that's the storyline going into the playoffs is whether or not it's the same old Cowboys or it's a different version of the Cowboys. For the Eagles, they've won a Super Bowl with names that aren't there anymore. Nick Foles, Doug Peterson. I know Carson Wentz is hurt, but all that change happened in that franchise, and they stunk last year too. I know Nick Sirianni is improved this team way more than we thought they were going to actually play. I don't trust either one of these teams in the playoffs. I also would lean towards the Eagles just because Dallas in a big game, they might say Dak Prescott, you got a huge surgery last year. We watched you get hurt. We're not doing that again. I like the Eagles as well in this game as the underdog.
All right, so here's the plus and the minus of what I've got for Sunday, guys. And I'm going to be completely realistic with you. I don't know what time the games are played. I broke these down while on hold with an airline. And so I just have the games broken down. I just don't. So you might have to correct me at certain points.
All right, I got the times for you, so no need to fear. Right. Yes, and it was a late addition on the times for some of these, so I got the times.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna call this both these coaches have U-Hauls packed game. The Minnesota Vikings hosting the Chicago Bears. Vikings are -5.5. The only reason I find this game interesting is it feels like everybody except for Zimmer and Nagy know that Zimmer and Nagy are fired. Like the fact that Zimmer doesn't hey, do you want to play Munn and take a look at him? No. Why? I've seen him. What does he suck? What are you you just don't want your job anymore, is what you're telling me. At least you put a rookie out there, he throws a touchdown or two, you could go in the boss's office on Monday and be like, bro, yeah, we sucked this year. We underachieved. Everybody's hurt. My all-world running back got beat up by a girl. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? And depending upon your version of the story, maybe rightfully so. But by saying I don't even want to see him, all you're doing is telling me I also don't want to be in Minnesota anymore. So this game is entertaining for me because I want to see if anybody even shows up. If I had to bet it, and you don't have to bet, I'd probably take Minnesota just because I think Chicago's that bad. And I think we know Nagy's gone. I think there's a 30% chance Zimmer stays.
I would, if I had to take a bet on this game, I would bet the under. But if you told me every week with the Vikings and the Bears, whoever they were playing, I probably would have told you the under as well because of the lack of offense that's come out of Chicago. And John Ding, how about that for our guy, John Ding? He's got one more time to watch his bed. Yeah, and look, Matt Nagy hasn't been fired yet. There's some articles out there from national outlets. I believe it was maybe our pal Caleb Kaler who wrote one of these that it's just dysfunction in Chicago from the top all the way to the bottom, from ownership to the players to the rosters. So Nagy's likely gone on Monday. You mentioned Zimmer. Yeah, I think they've lost so many close games. They're going to point to the head coach and be like, we have the roster. We have the players. We have the talent. Here's going to be a fun storyline for the offseason for Minnesota. What if the Vikings went after Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers always has this, a weird way to present his ego. Wouldn't it be the best if not only he shoves it back to the Packers for never giving him skill guys, but then tries to one-up Favre again and says, I got Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. They go get a wide receiver in the draft. Thielen, grab out Thielen. What if Aaron Rodgers went to Minnesota? That'd be a fun storyline to have happen.
I'd listen, consider the fact that I think he's almost booked a flight to Denver. I'll take it. Listen, hey, Raj, you would look great in purple. It would be phenomenal. I know this was at 425. I know this one. Miami is hosting the Patriots. Miami is getting 6 points. So get this. If the Pats win, Bills lose, Pats win the AFC East. If the Chiefs and Titans also lose and New England wins, New England is the number 1 seed in the AFC. So New England still has the top seed in the AFC left at their disposal. Guys, do you want to take a swing at Miami versus New England?
I would say New England wins, and I would probably take the points in that game. That's one of the actually games, now talking this out loud, I would actually wager on this week. Miami had their run. They're done. But a lot of the scenarios you laid out, plus my heart wants New England to win, and my heart wants Buffalo to win because I want so badly Bills-Patriots. I don't want that scenario you laid out there for the Pats to get the 1 seed. I want that 4-5 game to be Buffalo-New England on a Sunday night or a Saturday night in prime time.
Not even looking ahead, just thinking week 18, I completely agree with you. Pats win, Dolphins cover. I would actually put money on the fish. I think they keep it close. I think they'll play a very physical game. Mac Jones is learning more each and every day, but this is a road game against an opponent that kind of knows your systems, knows what you're up to. I like what you said there. I do. Gosh, look how smart you've gotten hanging out with me all these years. All right, Jacksonville hosting the Colts. Jags, Colts, 15 points last time I looked. Colts win, and they're in. Or Pittsburgh and the Chargers lose with a Miami win, and the Colts are in.
Here's what I'll say about – go ahead.
I assume the Colts beat the Jags, but I really don't think they beat them by 15. I think 15's too much.
Here's what I learned last week involving that Patriot-Jacksonville game that had a super massive line. New England was just flat out better. This is the same scenario. The Colts want to be a playoff team. The season's on the line. Jacksonville is a complete, total mess. Take Indianapolis, not only with the points, it's my favorite play of the entire weekend. That's how much I love the Colts in this game. You know why I love the Colts? Probably just because of that number.
You're laying over 2 touchdowns with the Colts.
Jacksonville is a laughing stock right now. Their fans are showing up in clown costumes, Levack. They're dressing up as clowns. They're rooting for the other team during the game.
But I think here's where I'm going to go back to our radio days. They get paid too, Dave. Like, I feel like if you're a Jag right now, first of all, everybody's calling you a Jag off. But you also know, like, this is your last chance to prove to me you belong on my team next year. Whether it's Jacksonville, whether it's, East Kakalaka, the USFL is starting to look for people. Like, you got to put something on tape, and losing by 15 ain't going to work out. That's going to be a bad time. So, Colts are definitely a better team. They're definitely going to win the game. I can't lay 15. I may avoid it. I may run away.
Just because we're talking about the Colts, it reminds me about our good friend Jared Lozier. You already heard from him earlier. Yeah, Jared Lozier. He wants to win.
Someone's knocking at my door. Hold on. You do that.
Does he have tequila? Oh, does Jared have tequila for Levack? Anyways, Jared Lozier over at Northeastern Insurance continues to help you in 2022 to save that cash. If you got those things that are important in your life, your car, your home, your business, are they insured the right way? And if so, are you spending too much with your current insurance company? Jared Lozier wants to shop the market for you. Jared will help you find the right price. Email him today, JAREDL@anymail.com. JAREDL@anymail.com. Right? Colts playoffs? Jags stink. He wants to see his Colts in the postseason. It can happen this week. And also, don't forget to give him a call. Call him during the game.
How'd the Colts do against the Raiders? I missed that game.
956-3753. You know what? For the outside of the Capital Region listeners, we'll toss the 518 on there too. 518-956-3753. Jared Lozier, wherever you're listening across upstate New York, he will find you and he will help you save money. And that's what you want to hear. Colts fan as well. Jared Lozier, Northeastern Insurance, our guy, helping you save some cash in 2022.
Little known fact about Jared Lozier. Amazing hair care tips. He will tell you like how to get your follicles right. No split ends, all that stuff. He's good like that. That's how he rolls. And his man region will swallow a golf club. Good shot right in it. He'll drop and start crying like a little girl. It's a great time.
Just imagine some people have no idea about that story. Don't even tell it. I just want the imagination of this is the first time someone's heard a podcast.
It's actually how to get the best rates out of them. It's a known thing. By the way, Levack and Goz live on Tech East Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook page. Your best way back to normal. Check us out online, tefirewater.com, Godzilla Media YouTube, and we can be heard in the laughter of children. That's where you can hear the podcast. Like every time a child laughs, you hear us. We're right there. It's amazing. And Spotify and Apple and crap like that. But the laughter of children, that's where you can truly hear the Levack and Goz podcast. I'm running out of shit to say, so I got to come up with new stuff. All right, so here we go. Cleveland at Cincinnati. The battle of the who the F is playing in this game. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I feel
Ryan McCarthy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ryan McCarthy just wrote in, Jared, that he feels attacked because you and him have the same type of hairstyle, both on your heads and faces.
I feel like Ryan McCarthy just needs to know that we know he's there. Ryan, we know you're here. We validate your existence, and good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Don't forget to listen.
Isn't he
No
a Jets
credentials
fan?
required. He is Jets fan. No
he's
credentials required. Now available on Godzilla Media.
Dude, see, the worst part is like Jared Lazier shaved his head like for a look. Maybe I don't know if it's a social statement. Ryan just pulled his hair out because he's a Jets fan. That's all there is to it. He's a man of faith, a Jets fan. He's pulled his hair out. That's it. I mean, I wonder. That's one thing we do have to ask. We have to ask him one day. Did he become a man of faith and a Jets fan, or was like I was screaming, Jesus Christ and oh God so much I decided I should become a man of faith, and because he was a Jets fan. I don't know. We'll have to ask him that one time.
I want him to comment and let us know very soon.
Oh, he will. He will. All right. So Cleveland at Cincinnati, Browns, Bengals. This one's for all the marbles. And if somebody brings a bag of marbles, it's a 6-point game. Cleveland's the favorite because Mayfield not playing, Joe Burrow not playing. I assume the majority of the Bengals will not play most of this game because, well, if they win and Tennessee, New England, and Kansas City lose, they're the number one seed. Or if they win and Tennessee, Kansas City, and Buffalo lose. So Cincinnati don't care. Cincinnati, week 18 means nothing to the Bengals. The Bengals only care about the week after because they have not won a playoff game since Goz was still in his mama belly, I think is where we're at. If even. I don't even think we were there yet.
2 years old. I was 91. I was on Earth. I made the cut in the 80s, but I get your point.
I was in high school the last time they won a game. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. Old fart, toothless, fat old guy in high school the last time they won a playoff game.
Here's what I'll say about this game. Run away, stay away. Unfortunately, this should have been a playoff matchup in week 18. Unfortunately, it's Baker's not playing, Burrow's not playing, Mixon's not, nobody's playing. So you won't see a lot of this game on the red zone. Let's put it like that.
All right. We mentioned Aaron Rodgers before. Green Bay at Detroit, 3.5 point spread because no one cares. No one cares at all. Green Bay's locked up. Everything you can lock up. The only thing Green Bay doesn't have locked up yet is Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so don't care. Just pick a game just because, guys. Just for farts and giggles, pick the game.
I'll take the Packers just because they have more players that are more talented. And again, another game you will not see often on the red zone.
I want to take Man Campbell so bad right there.
Yeah, he's gonna be the coach next year, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a terrible team. That is a god awful team, and they showed up each and every week for him. They may have got their brakes beat off, but they showed up for him. So imagine if you're a guy who, let's say you're a Jacksonville player, and you just like James Robinson, something like that. I don't even know if they're free agents. They're saying, and you get to you're like, I want to play for a coach that cares. I want to play for somebody that makes me want to care. You're going to look at Dan Campbell. You're going to consider it. I don't know. As long as you have Jared Goff, you're not going to win more than 6-7 games. But, 6-7 games, nice improvement next year. Yeah, Jared Goff sucks. He's got tiny hands. What do you want from me?
Tiny hands.
Tiny hands. This is an interesting one. So, Baltimore-Pittsburgh. It's in Baltimore. Baltimore is the favorite. We know Huntley's playing. I haven't seen the spread in a little bit because I saw it before they announced Huntley officially. Baltimore is the favorite. Is it 6 points still? Can you look that up?
3.5.
It's down to 3. Okay.
Favorite. 1 o'clock.
So 3.5. I love Baltimore in this one because I think Baltimore will try to embarrass Pittsburgh. But if I'm not mistaken, they both actually have a chance here. So Pittsburgh is in with a win and a Colts loss, as well as no tie for the Raiders-Chargers. Baltimore has to win, and then he losses for the Colts, the Chargers, and the Dolphins. So there are playoff implications here. Baltimore is just the tougher team, I think. And I think they win this game. I'm not going to go crazy, but 3.5 points, I would definitely bet it.
Totally with you. Like everything you said about this game, the game is more about Baltimore and how much closer they are. This will be Ben Roethlisberger's final game in the NFL. He's going to retire unless he wants another retirement tour and make it all about himself again. Yeah, this is the best game of the 1 o'clock window. This is what should happen. This should be zoned in. If you don't have a team in contention, I would try to pull the way in which you can just make this the entire games, because this is by far and away the best game of the 1 o'clock window.
Can you imagine, though, like you're the 2 seed. You did your job. You don't get a bye week anymore, new system, whatever. 7 seed ends up being Baltimore and Lamar Jackson's healthy somehow.
Oof.
Like you screwed up. You done messed up this one. Like that's a problem. All right, moving on. The Washington football team at the New York Giants. Football team laying a touchdown. And listen, guys, I've broken this game down. I'm ready. My astute observation on Washington versus the New York Giant football team. Oh, it's a wet one. Oh, I don't care. I do not care. I would take Washington if I had to, but only if there was a gun to my head.
I had enchiladas for lunch today, and I'm starting to smell that smell again after that noise.
Oh,
all with you on that. Giants fans, I've been saying it for a month. I'll do it one more time because they only get one more time to do it because the season's about to end. That team is horrendous and the worst team to watch in the NFL. As for Washington, you guys are going to have allegedly a nickname next year, probably a new quarterback next year.
On Groundhog Day, no less.
Yeah. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. There you go. It's the best of the game.
I hope they call themselves the Washington Shits, too. We've got the Niners at the Rams, 4.5 point. Rams are laying 4.5 points. This game causes me pain because here's the deal: Rams win or Arizona loss, Rams win the AFC West. 49ers win or a New Orleans loss, they're in the playoffs. There's stuff on the line. The Rams are the better team. They're the healthier team. They're the better team. But Shanahan and the Niners own the Rams. 4.5 points. I feel like this is a field goal game. I'm going to have to go with the Niners. And it pains me because I have the Rams winning it all.
We are agreeing a lot on these games, and maybe it's because of the matchups and how it's happened, but I'm with you on the Niners. The Niners are one of my favorite plays. After that play with the Colts, the Niners are my second favorite play of the weekend because of some of the things you laid out there. Plus, let's think about San Francisco for a second, right? Let's say they beat the Rams. Aren't they one of the most dangerous teams in the NFC playoffs? Because you're like, just real quick, right? Packers are going to get the bye, but the Bucs are banged up. Both teams, Rams and Cardinals, who are going to be competing against the 49ers, are in the NFC West. So however the seeding breaks down, there's a chance they're going to play them for a third time, and you never want that to happen. And you get Dallas, a team that hasn't won in the postseason. So, and the Eagles won't play because of seedings and records, but you do not want the Niners. And if someone's a Niner fan and you look at the layout of this postseason, remember, Tampa didn't win the division last year, and they got to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. The 49ers have that type of vibe right now. So I like San Fran, and I'm a Bucs fan. I want nothing to do with them if that's the opening round matchup.
All right, Arizona. Arizona is laying 6.5 at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Arizona win and a Rams loss, and they are the number one in the NFC West. Okay, so here's the deal with the Arizona Cardinals. I have given them no respect all year. I have over-respected Seattle. I'm going to attempt to correct that. I think Arizona will slap the daylights out of the Sea Chickens. I think it's going to be bad.
Is J.J. Watt going to be out there?
You're damn right he will. Well, he's designated for return. I don't know how much he'll play in that game, but he'll be back for the playoffs for sure.
Don't worry. He'll post it on social media. Don't worry. We'll find out real quick if he's going to do it. Seattle, last game for Russell Wilson. I'm not willing right now in January to say that. Plus, ESPN needs content for the next 4 months after the Super Bowl ends, so they'll have that for the next Dak Prescott contract thing. Arizona's the play here. Again, man, have we agreed on every game except one, except the Colts-Jags game? Arizona's the play here, and Seattle is going to have a high draft pick. Psych. No, they're not. Jets fans, guess what? You get that pick because of the Jamal Adams trade. So, Jet fan, there's something you can root for. Root for the Cardinals this weekend.
Yes, and maybe we'll disagree on this one. How about the New York Fighting Jets at Buffalo getting 16 points? Get this. Win or a New England loss, Buffalo is the AFC East champ. However, they cannot become the number one overall seed. Guys, what do you like?
I don't like this game.
What?
I don't like because look, I went through this whole scenario with you.
I gotta order wings now.
I went through that whole scenario with you about the Colts, but the Bills. Look, the Jets played so good against Tampa. They couldn't win. So, right, you've taught me this, Levack, if anything, but now, especially if you're a soon-to-be amateur wagerer on sports, the lesson Levack taught me that sometimes there's these overcorrections on lines and they're begging you to take a team, right? Isn't this a classic example? Like, wait a second. Why are the Jets who almost beat Tampa last week getting 16 points in a divisional game? That doesn't make any sense in the world. I would go with Buffalo. I would not wager on this game. My confidence level is not as high as that Colts game, but Buffalo's in the same boat as New England. They got to win to make those things happen. So I'm rooting for Buffalo. I want Buffalo, but I would take in this game Jets with the – no, I would take Buffalo with the points. Buffalo with the points.
I love the Bills to win this game. I hate the Bills to cover this game. I think the Jets are dialed in. I think the Jets are as good as they're going to get this entire season, which is not that good. I understand. But they believe in big game Bobby Saleh. Zach, Mrs. Wilson is out there getting things done. I think they will keep this game within the 16 because, in all sincerity, Buffalo does not care about a 16-point win. They are just as happy with a 2, 1, 3, 17, whatever. They don't care. So I would go Jets on this one plus the 16, and I think Jets fans go into the offseason with some hope, with just a little hope. Bobby Saleh's out there. He's got the Jared Lozier haircut, he's got the Ryan McCarthy haircut. He's ready to go. I think the Jets are decent play. Jets fan, it's your chance to play the Jets. This is it. You may not have another one for a while, or at least an offseason.
This is your moment, Chad.
This is your moment. All right. I didn't want to do this one at all. The Tennessee Titans at Houston Texans. Tennessee is laying 10 points. Guys, I cannot see a scenario on God's green earth where I would even contemplate taking the Texans. The Titans believe they have something to prove. They're going to have Derrick Henry for like 6 seconds. I don't know. Maybe they'll let him run it once just to see how he does. If he even goes out there. Just him standing on the sideline is going to intimidate. Like linebackers on the other sideline are going to piss their pants. It's going to be bad. Like, everybody's going to be nicknamed Stink after this. The Titans win this thing by 50.
Do you think the Texans look around and are like, were we not supposed to be this bad, but actually worse? Weren't we supposed to be the worst team in the NFL? How did we – Yeah, I'm all with you on Tennessee here too. Love the idea that they have something to prove because it's going to take to the postseason until people believe in Tennessee. We have to just remind people the double-digit lead against Kansas City in the AFC title game a few seasons ago. You could make a case that Titan team that almost went to the Super Bowl is actually worse than this team. Also, just one other thing to add about the Titans, but I'm with you on Tennessee. Julio Jones, man, like he just fell off. Like so many people were so right about when you hit that certain number as a wide receiver, 31 or 32. And as I heard somebody say this week, let's remember Julio Jones has basically been playing with like 9 toes. You know, he's been like 1 foot doesn't have all of his toes, but still like it's an age thing. You hit that number, you are not the same receiver anymore. And we saw with him.
I'm not going to tell you that he is all pro material anymore or any of those things. He's always been a touchdown liability. We know that. But he also has a terrible quarterback. Okay, so let's remember, you put him with an Aaron Rodgers, you put him with a Derek Carr, I bet he's got way freaking better numbers. Tannenhill plays okay. Tannenhill fits for what they're doing. Like, it's almost like Vrabel looked around and went, well, I can't have 22 Pro Bowlers, but if I shit on my quarterback, and I could have like 19. You know, I could get closer. So like Tannehill sucks. He's terrible. He might be the worst. Like he might be the worst of the okay quarterbacks. Like so you got your top tier, you got your Brady's, you got your Rodgers, your Mahomes, you got your middle guys, your Cars and stuff like that. Then you got like the bottom of that, like Cars cleat. Like if you want to scrape dog crap off of it, that's Tannehill. That's who he is. So like I don't know what this says about Marcus Mariota, but no, Tannehill's crap. So don't bury Double J just yet. However, he's not good, but he could be better. Here's a game that means nothing to anyone. Tampa Bay -8.5 hosting Carolina. It means nothing. It's a nothing game.
Go Bucks. How about that? I'll take Tampa with the points. That's it.
I would too. All right. Saints win in a 49ers loss. They're in the postseason. They're at Atlanta. They're laying 4.5 points. Atlanta is straight trash. They will be good next year or the year after. They're straight trash, homie. I'll take New Orleans. Not for any like significant sum, like whatever the minimum bet is after you use the code 518 at DraftKings. That's what I would put on New Orleans.
I don't like 4.5. I like the Saints. I was hoping it was 7.5. Ooh, God. I will take New Orleans too, just because of that. But that is pass. No.
Wait, you would rather lay 4? You would rather lay 7.5 than 4.5?
Yeah, because I think the line would be telling me that New Orleans would blow them out because Atlanta's got nothing to play for. So like New Orleans would win by like 10 or 14. The fact that it's 4 makes me think like, is New Orleans going to need a game-winning drive to kick a field goal? Like, it's going to be tied in the 4th. I don't like that number. 4.5 has always scared me this season. I don't like 4.5. So.
Do you know the difference between Ryan Tannenhill and Taysom Hill?
No.
Me neither. The only guy who thinks he does would be Sean Payton, because he's out of his mind. Ryan Tannehill is this generation's Trent Dilfer. How dare you? Trent Dilfer is a saint. Well, no, he wasn't a saint. But how dare you? Because you know the difference between Dilfer and Tannehill? Legit difference. Dilfer knew what he was when he was in Baltimore. Tannehill thinks he's the best player on the Titans. He legitimately thinks he's that damn good. He does. And it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's my love for head coach Tom Manas. Thank you, sir, for saying we look good. I appreciate your lies, or one of the rare times you're having a beverage. Either way, appreciate the compliment. Thank you, sir. You always look good. Love you. Miss you, brother. Can't wait for you to get back in the Cap region. We know our first home game for the Albany Empire, April 23rd, which means we'll probably have our tryouts late March. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, little tease.
And by probably, of our tryouts late March. So be ready.
Godzilla Media will try to crash that, Levack. I know you're going to be busy. Maybe I'll set up a shop right there.
You don't have to crash. I'll just invite you. I don't care.
That's right. I am the broadcaster. I forgot.
Well, yeah, you're the broadcaster for the team. You're my co-host and friend. Mike likes you. Coach says you look good. You're in. You're in.
The broadcaster sneaking in to cover the TV works for. Whoa.
Yeah, right. I have this vision of you with like a table hooked up to suspenders and like walking around selling wares. Like, yeah, everybody wants to buy a T-shirt. It's all like hooked up in the front.
I had this vision of me like hiding behind one of the nets with like just media as like a little card and like an old fedora, and like, I'll get my quote. Don't you worry, I'll get it.
I think you want to sneak in. Should I tell you you're not invited?
Yes, I'll come with a mustache.
Guys, you're not allowed.
Don't let this guy in. You hear me? You look at this man.
God's is gonna ride in with me. He's gonna be in my truck, and I'm about to get out of the truck and be like, guys, you stay out. And he's like, and he's gonna like sneak in. All right, one game to rule them all. Playoffs start Sunday night. The Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Raiders win, or a tie, along with a Colts loss, and they're in, or a loss for the Colts and the Steelers, and the Raiders are in. Win, you're in. Loss for the Colts and a tie, you're in. Or Colts and Steelers lose, you're in. Chargers, win, you're in. That's it. It doesn't matter. Win, you're in for the Chargers. Win or a tie, and they're in.
Levack, this is, if things go correctly, this will not be like the Eagles game we saw last year where it's just a bunch of scrubs getting out there and the benching and all that nonsense. This hopefully is one of the best games of the NFL season with the storyline behind it, and the teams battling for a playoff and divisional game, and both franchises kind of trying to get the podcast, the stink off of them. You know, the Chargers and everything else we know about them, and the moving and the
Mark Schlereth on them,
and your Vegas Raiders and what happened with Gruden. Both teams are trying to change the ways in which the national media views these teams. I'm rooting for your Raiders.
Hold on. Oh, I got to stop you right there.
Sure.
Who remembers Gruden anymore? With Hobbs getting one, Hobbs got a DUI, well, charged with a DUI. Arnett's threatening people with gun violence on Instagram. You know, you've got I don't want to say his name anymore. You know, the other receiver who was potentially the biggest part of your offense. killing people in drunk driving accidents. I miss the days when people were when their feelings were hurt by my head coach's emails. I miss those days. I miss them, and it's insane. So Hobbs is going to play in this game most likely. By the way, and then legitimately, if I'm Mark Davis, if I'm the Raiders, I don't allow them to drive themselves home. I have 53 Ubers outside that drives everyone home. I don't Danny Boy Hustle Hard just starts driving people home one at a time. I don't care. This team is so freaking stupid and cannot get out of their own way. They were talented enough this year to possibly win a playoff game, and they couldn't get out of their damn way. So I'm sorry. Go on, but please, Raider Nation, we have forgotten about Gruden's emails. We are on to other far more terrible things.
There's also a weird spot of the internet that's leaking stories that Harbaugh is interested in the Raiders. I feel like just Harbaugh's agents might be doing a great job of, we might go somewhere. We wouldn't mind an extension again. I saw Jimbo Fisher got one and Brian Kelly. We can get more money, please. I don't know how to play that Harbaugh story. It's a little tough to get a read on that, but for those reasons, you kind of just laid out there the changes. I'm going to take the Chargers. I feel like Herbert's better. Eckler's better. I want your Raiders to win. Here's one other thing I want to add about this too, though. How badly does ESPN not want the Raiders playoff game next week? Do you think ESPN, the place that I know you put the Gruden story in the back burner, but ESPN does not want to keep bringing back the storyline of John Gruden, who was their highest paid employee for a long time on air. They're just like, we'll take can't we put the Texans on a Saturday at 4:30 again? That's not an option. We still love that game. No one cares. Can we take the Texans back, please?
Listen, I think a lot of people have forgotten what Gruden was fired for. I mean, I know people love to complain and stuff like that, but geez, let's be real. Show me let me see every email you ever wrote. Let me see every email you ever wrote. And I guarantee there's something in modern day that gets you canceled. I guarantee I can find it. Hell, I'll make it up if I have to, and people believe it because that's what they want to believe. Gruden got screwed. Did he say the nicest things all the time? No. I guarantee you, I will be completely honest. I'm a very forward-thinking human. I believe in people. I want everyone to be happy. Kumbaya, mother effer. But the bottom line is, if you saw every email I ever wrote, if you heard every conversation I've ever had, hell, you know what? Just cancel me. I'll cancel me because it's there, and it's there for everyone. I guarantee the Pope has made an off-color comment. Like, he got screwed because we had to feed somebody to the mob because we can't feed Daniel Snyder because apparently he's got like naked photos of every other owner. I don't know what it is. Some of y'all should be proud. Jerry Jones probably like, go ahead, show it. It's huge. But pew pew, I do what I want. But it's just Gruden got screwed. He got absolutely screwed. It's bull crap. Now Ruggs and Hobbs and Arnett, now they screwed themselves. But I think people would be. I think a Raiders playoff game would actually have pretty high ratings. It would definitely have a high handle in Vegas. It would though there would be a lot of money on them in Vegas. And I think they might be one of those teams that if Darren Waller's healthy, if Jacobs is healthy, Hunter Renfrow, I don't know if there's a better safety blanket in all of the NFL. Denzel Perryman, Deadpool himself is healthy on the defensive side. That line's good. I don't know if that's a team you really want to see in round one. But they screwed themselves. They should have already locked it up. They should be a favorite in round one, maybe get smoked in round two. That's a team that should have won. Derek Carr has 29 either fourth quarter or overtime drives that win games. 29. I think he's only got 56 wins as a quarterback. 29 of them are in the fourth quarter or overtime. Okay? Carlson's one of the best kickers in the game. They've got a lot of intangibles. They got a lot of things. I don't think you want to see them. I think there's a lot of people where they're like, you know what, Herbert's pretty good, but I can make him look at his feet. I can make him look down. If I start hitting him, he's going to look down when he throws.
Levack, there's a chance that potentially on that Sunday.
Rex just agreed. I heard him.
On that Sunday, we could get Bills, Patriots, Raiders versus whoever, and Bucks and whoever. That might be a long day for us at the Hideaway if that's a possibility.
I'm not opposed. I mean, I've got stamina for certain things, not running and whatnot, but I have the stamina for other things. Levack, guys, that's the preview. Do you want to do locks? Do you have set locks?
I got two locks. I like the Colts. I like the Colts in that game. That is one I would really, really go with. And I just said the second one out loud. I totally forgot what it was. It was a 6.5 point spread. I'm going to find it here, but I know
Arizona?
one for sure. No, it's San Francisco. San Francisco and Indianapolis are my two.
All right, here's what I got. I love the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to dominate the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Picking the Cowboys all year. I think the Eagles are good. I'm going to take a little – it's not a lock. It's lock adjacent. I like the Dolphins. But I really, really like the Cardinals. And let's go Raiders. Commitment to excellence.
Yeah.
Just win, baby. Let's go Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to win this thing. And then they're going to embarrass me in the playoffs. I'm ready. Just like my beautiful Michigan Wolverines, who overachieved, made it to the playoffs, and then got stomped out like freaking your boy Seth Rollins on the back of somebody's head. Got stomped out. I pissed the dog off. They'll go annihilate in the playoffs, but I'll take the Raiders too. It's okay. He's right over there. He's an aggressive dog.
These are the elements we get an hour into the podcast. Right. The dog and the baby going.
Right. Well, I started stomping on the floor. It's my own damn fault. The other night, I'm sitting here with this dog, right? Camo's the dog. And he starts barking. He'll bark at anything. Which I love, because that means people are afraid to come in the house. By the way, Levack and Goz, Techie's Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, as well as the Godzilla Media YouTube page. And catch us wherever you get your podcast, including the speaker of my Furbo in the kitchen. He'll bark at it. So he starts barking tonight. Guys, I start barking back. He now decides that I have justified his anger. And my dog loses his ever-loving mind. He's going crazy to the point where all of a sudden then he's like, well, hell, maybe there actually is something here. This dog nuzzles under my arm, so I'll hold him. You got me, right? You got me, Dad, right? You got me? You got me? And then he's barking again. Now it's loud. It's right here. I'm no, good. But he's part hound. So when he gets going, it's real. You probably hear it in your house. It's he's looking at me again. He's gonna start barking at me. I better stop. But that bark, but then the wuss move of I'm okay. Will you protect me? No, you're protecting me, jackwagon.
If that ever happens again, I want you to just pull out your phone and go live on the Godzilla Media YouTube. I just imagine it's Arsenio Hall versus Rick Steiner, just woof, just barking at each other. I just want a live feed of it next time.
If I bark at him, he'll bark back. Woof, woof, woof. He's got a chewy. He's got a raw.
I'm also convinced. Am I the first person to ever use an Arsenio Hall and Rick Steiner comparison ever? Oh, there it is. There he is.
He's nah, screw you.
Nothing.
Do you know what they did to me? All right. I haven't told you this. I meant to tell you this earlier. Levack and Goz. So the dog is insanely smart. If he's mad at me, oh my God! No! He'll knock the camera down. That's what he'll do. If he's mad at me, he'll steal stuff from the kitchen counter. So the other day I'm getting ready to go to work. Can't find my keys. Can't find my keys. I'm looking all over the house. I'm upstairs, I'm downstairs, I'm checking the door. Did I unlock the door, leave the keys in the door? All these things, right? Finally, I'm upstairs, and I look under my bed. And it's not easy to get things under my bed the way it's set up. And I see this white hoodie that I've had for years, and I can never find. I'm like, oh, crap, there's my hoodie. I pull it out, and then I know we have to talk about Dexter shortly. So I'll ask you this. In the movies, whenever they find where the killers kept the dead bodies, right? Whether it's cops or whatever, and they open the door, the face they make, right? So I pull the hoodie out, and that's what happens.
Oh.
So I'm like, has Big Truss been pissing on this hoodie? No. I have a 150-year-old house. It's been remodeled and everything else. You cannot keep mice out. If they want in, they're getting in. So Truss has been using said hoodie as a place to stage the bodies of her kills.
Oh, no.
There's at least 2, maybe more. I stopped looking. Dead mice wrapped up in this hoodie. Like Truss is the jigsaw of cats. And she's watching me while I pull this thing out what you doing, fatty? That's mine. The smell was so bad. I had to like throw the whole hoodie out, scrub my hands in the hottest water I've ever done. Still don't know where my keys are. They're buried in Camel's bed. He took them because he was pissed at me. Didn't eat them, but he took them. So they ganged up on me in the same morning, end up 30 minutes late for work because the dog has stolen the keys, and I can still smell it when I talk about it. Vomit worthy, like whatever. And like my daughter asked me, she goes, Dad, how did you not smell it before? She put them in the hoodie. They were covered. If I never pulled the hoodie out, I may not have smelled it. Oh my God. Worst. And I know somebody's watching this going, oh my God, you're gross. Yeah, sure, I am. That's okay. But this was completely uncalled for. Camel and Trust have ganged up on me. They've become sentient beings. Skynet is real. I'm out, man. I need help.
As a non-pet owner, how do you handle this? Do you have to send them to therapy? What do you do?
You have to listen. Realistically speaking, the cat did her job. So like I'm like cleaner. I'm like, great job, Trust. Way to go, Flumpers. Call her Flumpers because she'll just like drop on your feet when you're not looking. Like I'm like, way to go. I'm putting in a bag. She's leaving. She's like, it's such a good job. Why are you throwing it away? What are you doing? You should like that should be on a mantle or something. What are we doing? And the dog, what are you gonna do? I mean, he's just a dog. I don't think he's thinking it through. I think he just knew. He's like, oh, Dad likes these. Yoink. Like I think that's all he did. The fact that he didn't eat the new keys to the new truck is again, good job. Oh my God. Hold on.
Oh, are we watching a live murder here, Levack? What do we?
Hold on. Who sits like that? Who sits like that?
Get closer, Levack. Get closer. I want to see it. Look, we're going high def right now. What is he doing?
He's sitting on the arm of the chair eating a rawhide bone.
I can't wait for YouTube to describe this video description as dog trick. Dog. Viewers are going to go through the roof.
What is he doing? Cameron, what are you doing? Oh, my God. He's all right. I'm sorry. Levack Goz, what else we got to talk about?
How are you sleeping, Levack, with all this pet action going on at your house?
Obviously, I'm sleeping great because I don't know there's like a murder scene under my bed. That's a big thanks to the Ingram Sleep Center in Boston Spa with Dr. Fred Dreer, 518-885-6185, helping me sleep better, help you sleep better too. I mean, like in all sincerity, like the cat, I'll wake up, the cat's sleeping on me, this, that, and the other thing. Maybe she's plotting my death. Don't know. Get good sleep. Don't care. I'd rather be asleep when it happens. The thing is this: as I'm sitting here and I'm booking or attempting to book travel for the entire Albany Empire, I know that I'm going to have to fly a minimum of 6 times this year, right? Guys, you were my friend / co-host before the mouthpiece for Integrated Sleep Center. My snoring would have shut down a wing of a hotel. So now that I have the mouthpiece, snoring's under control. Should I decide to share a room, I can. Probably not going to do it. But it just changes everything. It makes travel easier. I'm not as like obnoxious every day because I'm exhausted. It makes such a big difference. And I don't have the mask. I can't imagine getting through security with a freaking compressor and a mask. Like I feel like not like a COVID mask. You go, I'm a pilot. Like
you don't have to wear it through security, do you? Do you imagine?
No, but you have to. But you know they're going to open it. You know they're going to open it, right? And all of a sudden it's like, I don't know. Listen. I got a little mouthpiece. They look at it. They go, no big deal. Whatever. We're good. It goes right through. I don't even see it. It goes through. So 518-885-6185. 518-885-6185. Dr. Fred Dreer, Integrative Sleep Center. The ease, the simplicity, just the way things work. It's just the only way to go. If that's not the first call you make when you're snoring and you have sleep apnea, you're making a mistake. 518-885-6185, Dr. Fred Dreer, and the Integrative Sleep Center in Boston Spa to help me sleep better. They'll help you sleep better too. What do you want to do now? I don't want to talk about it. I don't like it. I don't care. Well, Georgia. Go Georgia.
If you missed it, DraftKings 518 is our promo code. Maybe that's the first game some people are going to wager on Monday. Georgia's the favorite. Is that weird? Like Georgia got smoked by Alabama in the SEC title game. Now they're the 3-point favorite. Does that signal something to you that something fishy is going on? And I don't think it's dead mice.
Well, they're asking you to bet on Alabama, so there you go. But I think if you wanted to come up with a reason that wasn't to bet on Georgia, which realistically you got to bet Georgia in this game. They're asking about Bama, but if you look at who each team beat, right? I can't tell you this and have you go, well, you're a Michigan fan or whatever. Michigan versus Cincinnati on a neutral field, Michigan would annihilate Cincinnati. they would put the Bearcats 6 feet under. It would be bad.
Under a hoodie.
So under a hoodie, under a bed, under a fat man who doesn't snore anymore, thanks to the Integrative Sleep Center. But I think if you wanted to justify the line, Georgia beat Michigan, Bama beat Cincinnati, i.e., it's how we got here, easier path versus harder path. I don't know if they're trying to get you to forget that Bama beat Georgia. I don't know. But I think realistically speaking, you kind of got to take Georgia. They're asking it, like, by putting the number in Georgia's side, they're telling you, oh, you should take Bama with the points. Every time they tell you something, just know that it's a scam and you should go the other way. If I'm playing this game with the code 518, I'm going Georgia.
I'm frantically looking around my office right now and reminding myself that I felt like this was going to happen, where the SEC would benefit a close game for Alabama, so 2 SEC teams would get to the playoffs. And I thought Georgia would come back and beat them. Now, my assumption at that point for the SEC title game was the game would be close and something controversial would happen in the game, not that Georgia would not be competitive against Alabama. So it's harder for me to build that case why I think Georgia can beat Bama. They still have issues at quarterback. The defense may not be as all-time great as we think it is. This could be a game where Alabama just smokes them. But I'm, as you mentioned earlier in the podcast, am stubborn with certain takes. And now
everything ever.
I went down and did place one wager where I preseason had Bills Bucks Super Bowl, so I trailed that bet and then tossed in Georgia. Yeah, and then tossed in Georgia. So now that I've already placed my wager, I'm going to go with Georgia. But the game is going to be likely, if Alabama gets up 14 points or Alabama gets up 10 points, they're not going to win. Like, Georgia cannot come back against Alabama. That is the problem, because their quarterback play is not good enough.
Right.
Alabama's defense is too good. Nick Saban runs the football, and he'll just sit on the clock. If Georgia does not get up in front early in this game, you can turn it off. Alabama's going to blow them out. The line is frightening, but I would still take Georgia because the line, I thought it was going to be a pick 'em or maybe one.
A field goal game at worst.
Yep. So now I'd go with Georgia in that game.
I guess it's so tempting to take Bama. It's so tempting. You know, Nick Saban versus his disciples, all those things. Like, there's the laundry list. But you got wide receiver injuries. You got this. You got that. I got to go Georgia. I'm going to go Georgia. I might regret it, but I'm going to go Georgia. Levack and Goz live on the Techies. Go Dogs. Live on the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Facebook page, as well as the Godzilla YouTube page, Godzilla Media. And now it's time for the Q&A. So you guys have been sending in questions, allegedly. I can't see them because the way I'm set up in here. So Goz is going to read off the questions, and then we're going to answer them.
And if you're watching right now, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, to confirm you're watching, you can write in a comment wherever you want. Just leave a comment. We will get to you right now. It's been a cool part.
Came just farted.
I'm going to do one that's popping up on our thread right now. Very funny, Corey. I think it's a must-win for Georgia on Monday.
I don't agree. Listen, it's a championship game, but let's do the worst thing in the world. Let's validate Corey's crazy, right?
God.
Kirby Smart get fired if they lose?
No.
So
no.
Is it really a must-win?
Oh my God! Why would you talk me into that nonsense?
Ooh, because it's fun. I like watching you get angry. I very rarely get to make you angry in public anymore. Like when we talk on the phone or we're at a bar, I can still piss you off. In public, whole other animal.
I got another one. Kyle Rigney from the Trevin Rigney Show. I can't pull up his comments. He wants to know, how do we think Dexter is going to end? Levack, you and I, are you caught up?
Yeah, I'm caught up. Season/series finale is this week, right?
Yes, it's this Sunday. I think we should give a 3, 2, 1 countdown before the spoilers come out for you and I. So,
I think I can do a lot of it without spoiling it.
Okay. All right. I'll
go first and then you do it. Let me just yell like a buzzer noise if you think I'm actually spoiling something.
Okay.
So here's what I think. I think what is this one called? It's Dexter New Blood.
New Blood.
I think Dexter New Blood will end Sunday. I think Dexter 2.0 or Dexter Bahamas or whatever will start next season. I think they're going to keep going. The way I would like this to end is because people are somewhat aware of who he is, they go somewhere else. Like he and his son pack up the bags and they head to Beverly Hills, because they struck oil or whatever. Like I think you'll have, like, let's treat this like the challenge. I want a new location every season for Dexter. Well, because think about like if, all right, you want to do your spoiler alert?
Yeah. I kind of.
I'm saying, like, spoiler, there were things about where this is located with the snow and everything that made things more challenging or less challenging to kill people.
Good. That was well done there. There you go. Good. Yeah.
So do the same thing in different locations, but you brought back enough of the old cast. How are you going to keep doing that? Like, I want to see the old cast get closer and closer and closer to remember. Like, oh crap, Dexter Morgan's alive. That's all I really want. Like, every year I want them to get closer and closer. And if Dokes is alive somehow, that'd be great.
Oh my God! How could you give me the Dokes theory that I've been telling you since I've known you? That is one of my dumbest takes I've ever had is that Dokes is alive.
No.
That dumb?
I don't think it's real. Well, again, you never saw the body. Like, remember, I watch horror movies all the time. If you don't see the body in a horror movie, they're coming back. That's just all there is to it. Horror movies, soap operas, no body, they ain't dead. Doesn't matter. Oh my God, we dropped a nuclear bomb and then we concrete and then Godzilla ate them and crapped them out, whatever. Did you see the body? No, they ain't dead. They ain't dead. Come back. So you never saw that. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I just would like it to happen. I don't know if that guy, like the guy who played Dokes, is alive anymore. I would just like to hear Dexter. Like, like I want to see
surprise, man.
You didn't say it. Surprise, motherfucker.
Like, that's the kid was in the other room. I had to be careful with that one.
Oh my God. Please, dear God and baby Jesus, let his first word be surprise, motherfucker.
I had the same theory since the show came back, and I actually wrote it at GodzillaMedia.com. I reshared that theory for Dexter fans if you want to read the whole thing. I won't do the whole thing, but basically, I've said that I would love for the show Dexter to end with Harrison killing Dexter. It would be so poetic that, like, they're both born in blood, and Harrison is becoming, spoiler, Harrison's becoming aware of what Dexter is. And I would put episode 9, the most recent episode of Dexter, as a top 5 episode of Dexter in the history of the show. And every year at the Emmys, like, one show dominates, like Schitt's Creek did it a couple of years ago. Ted Lasso did.
Watch your mouth.
Why can't this be the year for Dexter? Like, it never got the due from the Emmys ever. Even season 4 won a bunch of Golden Globes, but the Golden Globes are, God, we don't have to get into that nonsense. It's not even airing. But Dexter deserves its credit. This should be the year Dexter finally wins all the awards, because this season, Clyde Phillips is the guy's name, right? There's a beast. The guy who was on the show for season 1 through 4 left and then came back and did this. So I cannot wait. I'm telling my wife we're staying until midnight. I don't want any spoilers on the internet to ruin it for me on Sunday.
Eric King is the real name of James Dokes, and he's alive. He's 58 years old. Hey. There you go. So bring back Dokes. Surprise! That's actually, wait. There's the ending of the season. I don't care what happens leading up to it. Just Dokes swings the door open. Surprise, motherfucker! and credits. That's
the whole show.
That's it. That's all I need. That's all I really need.
All right. I got a couple more.
I like that.
Go ahead,
I like that. Like, but I don't want that to happen yet. Like the Harrison part. Like, because I need a season of Harrison and Dexter going against each other. So, like, give me another season or 2 of them, like, kumbaya, teaching him about his dark passenger, all this, the Harry's rules, whatever. And then, almost like, what was it, Jimmy Smith's character, where it was like, he decided, like, I'm going to do what I got to do, Dexter. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. And Dexter had to go after him. Like, have to go after Harrison. Harrison wins. Then the series is officially over.
Oh, that's so good too.
Or they kick each other in, like, some kind of weird. But I need more of it. I need more, because it's the kid who plays Harrison right now is so much creepier than Michael.
Michael C. Hall.
Yeah, that guy. I'm dyslexic. I'm allowed to reverse things. He's so much creepier. He's way creepier. Way creepier.
I got this one coming from BP, who wrote, guys, the Cleveland Browns Twitter pool is a cesspool. I think you meant just a cesspool. What do you make of Baker Mayfield arguing with reporters over stories on social media?
Double-edged sword, man. Like, on one hand, should he be the bigger person? It's Mary Kay Cabot,
Mary Kay,
the
yeah,
Cleveland,
yep.
yeah. We were on an elevator with her, and you were like so like I had no idea who the hell she was. Guys was like, oh my god, that's blah blah. And he was like, they had a really nice conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as respectful of our industry as Goz is. I'm shocked to everyone. You should take the high road. You should ignore them. You've made millions of dollars playing football. You should. But we always want real answers from these people. He's pissed off. He thinks they're being scumbags. He thinks it's clickbait. He thinks it's her making a story to put food on her table. Why shouldn't he be allowed to say whatever the hell he wants? If I'm the GM or the president of that team, I probably feel very different about it. But at the same time, as somebody who's been in the media for a very, 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 very long time, you want real. Dude gave you real. He's out of Cleveland, right? He's done, right?
I can't imagine they're going to pay him $19 million next year. I know it's an option. That doesn't make much sense to bring him back.
He might ask to be traded even if they did.
Yeah,
that's the rumor we're hearing too. Is that he might want to be traded. I don't know what you get for him at this point with a bum shoulder on non-throwing hit, but come on.
There's a difference the way in which Baker Mayfield handles his way in like Antonio Brown. Like if you missed a story today, Antonio Brown went on a random podcast, and good for them. Like some guys I've never heard of before got Antonio Brown to talk for the first time. So shout out to them that Antonio Brown, Baker Mayfield, hell, we see this in the WWE all the time with people getting cut. You can go out there and tell your story. And if you know it's the truth and you share the truth, you have nothing to hide, then share your story. Like, that's it. Like, that's the coolest part about 2022, 2021, where if you feel like somebody did you wrong or you feel like someone's lying about you, you have an open forum, whether it be social media, podcasts, the internet, and say, no, here's what really happened. That never existed before. Like, if you lost a media job, if you lost a job as a professional athlete, you just found out what the newspaper read, like Mary was used to having happen, and that was the end of it. Like, guys are like, no, that's not true anymore. That just, none of this is real. So I'm team Baker just because of him using his outlet for what he believes is the truth. Just to always also say this, though. Not every athlete's side is always going to be right. Like, that's why I brought up Antonio Brown. If you listen to the Antonio Brown podcast today, you're like, dude, some of the stuff is like not real. Like, you're on a different planet than everybody else right now. He kept saying like the reason the Bucks were struggling is because there was no doubt that he was the best player on the team and the best weapon. I'm just like, and the hosts are always agreeing with him because they don't want to like have him cancel the interview.
Dude, not to mention, you had him on for a reason. All right? Let's be real. Obviously, Tom Brady is the number one offensive weapon on the team, but he's talking about after him, right? I would assume. So, any game, healthy Godwin or AB?
Godwin has been more productive. Gronk had a better game against the Jets. Mike Evans has been more consistent. Antonio Brown is not putting up the all-pro numbers he did in Pittsburgh. Like, Antonio Brown's great. Scored in the Super Bowl, helped the team get to the Super Bowl, no doubt. But we're not seeing the numbers he put up in Pittsburgh. Like, you were an all-pro wide receiver, but you're not putting up double-digit touchdowns. I know, Rex. I know. He's not putting up the numbers. He's not doing it.
I don't know. I think he's up. He's top three.
Yes.
It's him, Gronk, and Godwin. Because Evans is great, but he's not like a weapon. It feels like the weird thing. Actually, you know what? That's not fair. Evans is your buddy, fellow Hobart alum, Matt Woods, my guy, my director of sales, the guy you want to get a hold of if you want to see some tickets to the Albany Empire.
Former teammate of Ali Marpet as well.
He brought up a great point. He's like, Mike Evans is legitimately Hall of Fame. Look at his numbers. I'm like, the problem with Mike Evans is he has games where it's like 3 catches, 1 yard, 2 touchdowns. Like, it's insane. His numbers are not what they should be, first blush, but they're Hall of Fame numbers. So it's not fair. AB is, but he's a difference maker when he's right. That's the problem. If he was right, this is a whole different conversation between you and I. Like, you're probably looking at, like, I'm a bitter Raiders fan because he never worked out for us. You're sitting over going, yeah, but he's scoring a touchdown a game for me in Tampa Bay. He's just not right. Like, Vontaze Burfict blew his brain up. He's got everybody telling him everything's okay he's doing. Look at how good he was post delivery moving driver assault, because a judge sat down and looked him in the eye and said, you're going to do the right thing. You're going to go to counseling. You're going to do the right thing, boom, 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 or you're going to jail. He took that and he went, oh, crap, I'm out of control. Now everybody's doing the whole thing again where it's like, oh, no, you're the best. You poop gold or whatever, all these things. He's back to being an a-hole. If he could find somebody he respected, we thought it was Brady, he might be okay. Todd Haley in the USFL? Oh. Tampa Bay USFL team? Oh.
Remember when he farted in the doctor's face?
Todd Haley or maybe? Remember when Peyton Manning put his wee-wee in a doctor's face? I mean, come on.
The Antonio Brown farting in the doctor's face is such an inside joke with Levack, and I just randomly text him that just like 1 o'clock in the morning. Remember when Antonio Brown farted in the doctor's face? All right, we got two more.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
I'm going to do two more. I know we have a few other ones out there.
I would rather be the farter. I don't want to be the farty.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Marty, he also asked about the Hideaway events coming up. We're working on it. Trust me. Chad and the guys are busy. We're going to figure out a Hideaway situation coming up soon. He wants to know, isn't betting against Bama like betting against Tom Brady? That's why I saved it here for that Tampa conversation.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but at the same time, even Brady lost. Like, is this year's Georgia the Eagles? Is this year's Georgia the Giants? Like, that's what you got to look at, because blindly betting on anyone is stupid. You know, just saying, well, it's Brady. Well, is it Brady after 8 p.m.? Is it Brady against a good 4-man front? Is it – you're going to knock everything over, bud. Get out of here.
Is it Brady against Big Trust? We don't know.
Right. Well, we'd find him. We'd find him under the bed in a big hoodie, just wrapped up. My cat's writing death threats right now. Dear Thomas Brady.
I heard about you on this podcast you speak of.
Yeah. The feline jigsaw is looking for you.
You know what? Let's close out for the week. I want a nice thing from our guy, Curveball Sliders, who wrote, man, I love you guys. I love you too. And I think he wrote like a heart emoji or some type of wiener for the caption underneath that. What does this actually mean here? What would you say that is right there?
That looks. I'm going to go footballs and a smiley face. That's what I'm going to go with.
Ooh, Levack, you're incorrect. He wrote that was an emoji of a doctor being farted on.
Are you curveball sliders?
No, I'm not.
Tell the truth.
Curveball
sliders?
I guarantee you, within this week, I'm going to take a picture of this right here, Mr. Curveball Sliders, and send that as a text to Levack at like 12:30 in the morning. Just in random mass text, I'm just going to send that to people. Oh, that just made my weekend.
That's all I need. That's all I need out of life. Listen, I'm excited about some playoffs. I'm excited about mobile wagering. I'm excited about the promo code 518. I'm excited we got a good promo code. Good job, guys. Because I've heard some of the other promo codes and they suck. They're terrible. They're terrible. Just 518. Tell your friends. 518 promo code. Please gamble responsibly. But trust me, when you hear what this promo comes up as, it's pretty amazing. Very low risk, very high reward. Can I say that much?
Yeah,
I just did.
We'll have more information on a Tuesday. And Levack, one more time for people who are listening on Friday night, tomorrow's big event, or if they're listening bright and early Saturday morning.
Very excited over at Best Fitness in Albany. It is going to be the Empress's. It's a prep class / tryout. Okay, so you get to learn from Christina. You get to learn from these great dancers who have been all over the country. Like, it amazes me when you. How mean do I want to be? I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to be all positive. It amazes me how skilled and studied our Empresses are. I've got Empresses who have gone to school for years for different styles of dance, who have been in music videos, who have done a bunch of stuff, multiple teams, stuff like that. You can be a part of that team. And don't be intimidated by it. They're all going to sit there and help you and teach you because that's who they are. So tomorrow, noon, let's get it. Let's go over to Best Fitness in Albany. You get to do the dance tryout. You get a little class action, the whole nine. It's worth it just to get the instruction to see where you're at. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's be an Empress. Huh? I'll be an Empress. I'm ready. I got two ready to go.
Good luck to the soon-to-be Empresses. Cannot wait to see the stats
Actually,
coming together.
You want to know how good the Empresses are? You know how good they are? I got members of the Orlando Predators front office texting me daily. You guys can't use Welcome to the Jungle anymore. We've been using it since 91. I'm like, Axl Rose calls me and tells me we can't use Welcome to the Jungle, I'll stop using Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
So Axl freaking Rose calls me. And by the way, not calling Christina. Not going to call Christina. They call me. They're not afraid of me, which is stupid, but they're smart enough to be afraid of Christina. We'll use Welcome to the Jungle as much as we freaking want. If you don't like it, suck it. That's all there is to it. Sorry, I'm better now. Sorry.
Have a good weekend. Catch you guys Tuesday.
Yes, remember, Techie's Fire and Water Restoration's Facebook page, Godzilla Media's YouTube, Goz is probably Twitter because he's a megalomaniac, as well as if you play Welcome to the Jungle backwards, you will hear our podcast. It's in Apple and Spotify and stuff like that. Everybody, somebody's calling Goz. We got to go. Goz is a very important guy. Very important. He's very, very important. It's
my contacts are in, by the way.
Promo code 518. And bye. Peace out, Girl Scout.